We would want to believe that human nature, at its most fundamental level, is inherently good, but we all know that this is not actually the case deep down. One person out of every 100 is likely to have exhibited some psychotic tendencies at some point. Psychopath right around the corner. It is generally accepted that people who have this personality trait can be crafty, self-centered, odd, impulsive, and, most significantly, malicious. The never-ending conflict between good and evil will go on for all of eternity. In this video, we are going to talk about top 10 most evil people in history. So before starting, please like this video and subscribe to this channel for our future updates. So let's start. Number 10. H. Holmes. Herman Webster Mudgett was born in the year 1861, but everyone knew him better as Dr. H. Holmes. As shocking as it may sound, Herman Webster Mudgett was the first known serial killer in the United States. He was very bright, and ever since he was a child, he had the ambition to become a physician. As a result, he used to practice various medical procedures on animals. At the age of 25, he found work in a pharmacy in Chicago. He built a special room on the building in which he used to work, where he used to torture, brutalize, and murder humans. He did this while he was employed there. After being found guilty for the murder of Benjamin Pitezel in the year 1895, the perpetrator later admitted that he was responsible for the deaths of around 27 other people using the same method. After another year had passed, he was finally put to death by hanging. Number 9. Leopold II of Belgium. In spite of the fact that Leopold is famous for his part in establishing Belgium as a colonial power in Africa, the misdeeds and crimes that he committed against the people of the Congo Free State are, for some reason, completely forgotten. Between the years 1885 and 1909, he engaged in a great deal of repression. The extraction of ivory and rubber used to be carried out in full swing during his colonization of Central Africa. However, this practice was not just limited to these two resources. Number 8. Amelia Dyer. One of the most terrifying English serial killers in history was Amelia. She is accused of killing countless infants during the Victorian era in the United Kingdom while under her care for more than 30 years. She used to hunt out pregnant ladies who would hire her as a nanny, then she would murder the newborns. Years of evading capture ended when the doctors noticed a sharp increase in the number of newborn deaths occurring while she was in charge, leading to her eventual arrest. She was hung in 1896 after being victimized by the government for her wrongdoings. Number 7. Adolf Hitler. Today, the name Hitler is often used by people as a synonym of evil. He was one of the best known and reviled figures in the history of the early modern world. He was the leader of Nazi Germany and was known for his wicked intelligence, creativity, and brutality. It is believed and is true that the organizer of World War II and the Holocaust was none other than this dictator. He used to consider the Jews living in Europe were an impure race. His brutality over humans at the very least led to the death of 40 million people. He sure was one of the most powerful and evil beings in the world's history. Number 6. Ivan IV. Ivan IV was the most horrible person of his day, which explains why he is sometimes referred to as Ivan the Terrible in popular culture. He was crowned as Russia's first Tsar and ruled over a sizable portion of the planet. In front of him and his son, 500 to 1,000 people used to be killed every day. He wasn't only cruel to people around him. In fact, he once beat his pregnant daughter-in-law. Ivan IV allegedly killed his son when the latter became enraged about the way his father had treated his wife. This was a blatantly barbaric conduct. Number 5. Kim Jong-un. One of the worst regimes is the so-called Democratic People's Republic of Korea. The misery of the people of North Korea dates back more than 70 years. The new supreme leader of North Korea, Kim Jong-un, is just as cruel as his predecessors. Since the moment they came into power, the Korean people have been coerced and brainwashed into worshipping him and his predecessors. Even now, the people of North Korea endure atrocities such as execution of residents who disobey the supreme authorities' rules, deliberate hunger as a strategy for power, and lack of progress for the nation and its citizens. Number 4. Vlad the Impaler. Vlad the Impaler, also known as Vlad Dracula, is believed to be the inspiration for the character of Dracula. He was the cruel dictator of Wallachia. Surrounded by enemies all around, he used to resort to the cruelest measures in order to give birth to a feeling of terror and fear among the ones who dared to oppose him. His barbaric methods of punishing his enemies gained huge recognition in 15th century Europe. Number 3. Osama bin Laden. The United States launched a retaliation against this terrorist ambush as a result of Osama bin Laden's planning and execution of the September 11 attacks on the country. The attack came dangerously close to leaving roughly 3,000 people dead. Osama bin Laden was the person the U.S. wanted to find the most between 2001 and 2011. Robert O'Neill, a former Navy SEAL, shot him during Operation Neptune's Spear in 2011, killing him in a safe house in Pakistan. 1. Joseph Stalin. Hitler is acknowledged as the height of evil in the 20th century. Yet there was another someone from the same era who was as terrible as Hitler. The General Secretary and President of the USSR is Joseph Stalin. He established some insane standards for human suffering, anguish, and, of course, death during the roughly 30 years of his rule and dominance. Up to 10 million Russians may have died during his rule, according to estimates. During this cruel 30-plus-year rule, 1.5 million German women were raped in addition to the Russians who were subjected to his persecution. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoy this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching.